Hello everyone, Serena here with another Painterly episode, and it's Paintober day 13 today. Unlucky for some? No, because it's not Friday. Anyway, I have my postcard ready to go, and yesterday we did this postcard and I had some paint left over, so I put it on the postcard I was going to use for today. I mean, I don't have to use this today. I could use it another day, but I kind of am now going back to it. I'm now liking how this is sitting. So I've got the blue in the background and I've got this shade in the foreground. So if you want to see how I made that shade, please go back one to Paintober day 12, because that's when I did the pumpkin and this colour. But generally the colours I was using were, so for this I used golden ochre, permanent rose and permanent yellow, and I created these shades, and then I had these shades on the brush, and I added some deep violet, and that's how I got that shade. And then I used that because I had some left over on this postcard. Okay, so hopefully that explains what that is. So if you go back a session, you'll see how I did this. The blue I created when I did the backgrounds. And the idea with the backgrounds was so that you just have some colour on the postcard before you start painting, and then you can paint over it. But I'm going to be honest with you, I'm actually liking that as is. So what I'm going to do is, now we used yesterday, was it yesterday? No, it was 2 days ago actually. We used leaves. Got the leaf there still actually. It's quite nice, isn't it actually? You could even collage that in. Actually, that's a nice idea. I could use some medium and just collage it in there. That would be nice. Oh dear. What's my cat doing? Making a bit of a noise. Actually, I quite like that idea. You know, I'm just going to collage it in, and then that's going to be done. Well, let me go and find my collage medium. Hang on. Right, so look at that. Looks perfect, doesn't it? I was going to use my matte medium to glue that on, and that's pretty much what we're doing today. And that's all it's going to be. So it's going to be like a 5-second job. If I can get this open, which will probably take me more than 5 seconds. Actually, you can do this. So this is a Galleria. Some people use sort of PVC and stuff like that, but really it's best to use a medium because of the longevity side of things. I can also then, it also acts like a glaze as well. Well, it is a glaze, isn't it? Is it called a glaze? What's it called? Flow and transparent. Okay, so you can mix it. You can mix it with acrylic, and that's good as a flow improver for instance, but it doesn't tell you it's a glaze, but it acts as a glaze as well, and it's a matte one. I don't really like the glossy ones, I'll be honest with you. So I'm just going to pop some on the card. Actually, that's not a very good brush, is it? Something with a little bit more. Yeah, that's better. Right, and we're going to put some on here too, just so that, oh, it's quite a bit. So today, I suppose, it's less painting and more collage, and we've kind of done the painting already. So if you wanted to do some painting today, do some anyway. Yeah, but this was quite nice. So also, if you go back to the last video, see how I used paint on this, and of course now it's nice and dry, so I can now mess around with it. When things are wet, they're harder to mess around with when they're wet. Now it doesn't look very, the glaze doesn't look very smooth. It should dry transparent, to be honest. But if it doesn't, you can either have interesting brush strokes like this and sort of think, oh yeah, you know, I want it to look painterly. Or you can smooth it off. So I like to take sort of a big brush and just smooth it like so. probably best to smooth in this kind of direction like this. Smooth outwards. Now the edge of the leaf is not sitting exactly on the paper, so I've got a bit of a 3D look going on. You know what, I'm kind of liking that look, mind you. I could try and get it to sit a bit better by pressing down. I suppose you could use your fingers, like so. But yeah, I'm not actually that worried about it. I'm kind of liking that sort of coming off of. I'm going to turn it around and do it. Reason is I don't really want an overt brush stroke because I'm feeling that the way the colour is and the way it's sitting is just enough. I don't need loads of brush strokes on it because I've already got this detail from the paint, and I've got some detail with the background, which is not totally blue. I kind of, obviously it was mixed with other colours, because when I was doing the backgrounds I was literally just adding colours to colours, and so we weren't getting true colours at all. If you want true colours, you can have true colours, you know. Right, so that is a really short one today, short and sweet. I think I've done it in like 2 minutes. So yeah, I'm going to move everything out of the way and we're going to have a look at this one. You know, sometimes the quickest ones are the ones that are most effective. Isn't that a thing? And I did have actually a plan for something else today, but we'll do that tomorrow now. Right. Oh, that is just so nice, isn't it? Look at that. Zoom in a tiny weeny bit. Right, so that is Paintober day 13. And apologies for anyone who wanted to see loads of painting going on. That'll happen tomorrow, don't you worry. But if you want to see what I did with the background, etc. on this, go back yesterday, because that's when I was messing around adding the colour to it, just so I could save some paint. And I think as painters we all do that. You know, is that something you do as a painter? Try and use up all your paint? Let me know in the comments. Anyway, signing off for now.